Welcome, welcome, welcome to the Holy Shhh Podcast, NXT post show, April 22nd, the NXT after WrestleMania weekend and Stand and Deliver. How's everybody feeling tonight? It's your boy Ron T, the icon.
It's your boy ABE from DET.
I didn't know if y'all saw, but I was bouncy. I'm the OCJ Chuck Jordan.
How's everybody feeling tonight, man?
Tired. Jesus Christ, man. I need a
So much
Thursday to
wrestling.
come.
Jesus.
I need Thursday to get here quick. I need a day off, man.
It's a lot of wrestling going
It's
on.
a lot of wrestling.
But it's been a lot of good wrestling. So
yeah. I cannot complain.
Yes.
Very well entertained.
and especially tonight. Let's get into it, man. NXT starts off with Chemical X, Tatum Paxley and Gigi Dolan versus Liv and Raquel for the NXT and WWE Women's Tag Team titles because it's all one tag title right now.
Right.
This was actually a really good match, man. Raquel and Liv, of course, gets the win because we didn't think they were going to drop it after they just dropped it in WrestleMania and retained last night. But this definitely was a good match. It was a hard-fought match by Tatum and Gigi. But what did you think of this match? I'll start with Chuck.
I'm not understanding Raquel Rodriguez right now. She seems to be like she's supposed to be the muscle, but Liv is the muscle. Liv is also the one who's getting all the pins, and Raquel's just getting the shit beat out of her every day. So I'm not understanding like what is the point. They keep talking about the size and the strength of Raquel, but most of the time she just gets her ass whooped. So I'm not understanding the dynamic. But Liv looked great. Liv looked powerful. What a day to be a Liv. You know what I'm saying with Liv? What a day to be a Liv. And they were talking about her days from back when she was with her old group to where she is now and how far she's came and multi-women champion. It's it's just what a day to be a Liv. And I actually thought Gigi Dolan and Tatum Paxley showed why they have potentially can be next up, but just not now.
Yeah.
Because you're not beating Liv. You can beat Raquel. Can't beat Liv.
Hey, what did you think of this match?
The main thing that I want to second what Coach said. I mean, Chuck said. Gigi and Tatum. Today was the first day I thought in my head, I think they main roster ready. I think their gimmick with the spookiness and that rock metal type look, that is over in the main roster with Rhea Ripley and then people like Aleister Black coming, Damian Priest. They can fit right into that mold. They got to give up the spooky shit. That's not going to work. Leave the spooky shit in NXT, but when you come up, just be that dark rock type vibe. And
seductive.
Seductive. I like it, man. They be playing on that seduction shit. But they definitely look good. Liv Morgan is just, I remember years ago when she just wasn't clicking, man. And I'm looking at her on WrestleMania, then last night on Raw, tonight on NXT. She is like top 3. I think she might be like top 3 female in WWE, man. I never thought I'd say that, but
she's definitely top 5 for me.
Yeah, she just working, she grinding, man, and she just looks like it's like that moment when you watching a wrestler and they just figure everything out. They got their moves, they got their walk, they talk, everything. It's like a freestyle now, and that's the mode that Liv is in. It's like this beautiful art of I know who I am, soak it in. So yeah, I enjoyed this match thoroughly.
She went from Enzo's little lost girlfriend from what is it, Long Island or Jersey?
From Jersey.
Jersey to now she's daddy's dumb sex slave. You know, she's moving up in the world.
She's moved way up in the world.
I would definitely say I kind of agree with Liv Morgan. When somebody completely understands their character and they got it all together and everything's clicking, you can definitely see, especially how you can't even really, you can hate on her character, but you can't really hate on her as a wrestler or anything anymore. And so shout out to Liv. I also agree with Raquel. I don't know. She's supposed to be the muscle. She shows it sometimes, but I think that they do too many little people doing reversals on her and not enough of her actually dominating when she's in the ring. So they got
Right.
to figure something out with that.
Definitely, definitely.
But next up after this, we get Lexis King finally getting his Heritage Cup back from Penn and Teller because they made it disappear over the weekend. And they told him he can get his cup back as long as he decides to put it on the line tonight. And he agrees. And we find out later on who his mystery opponent would be. And also, Miles Bourne agrees to tag team with Javon Evans against Dark State, which was actually a weird pairing, but I think it probably would have worked. So we'll see what happens on later on that night. They had a lot of things that was setting up after Stand and Deliver. So we had another situation where Ricky Saints comes out, the NXT North American champion, and he dresses the crowd, but then he's interrupted by Lexis King, who wants to challenge him for a cup versus title match, and winner takes it all. And Ricky Saints says, "You have a deal." So we were supposed to see that next week, but then Lexis King is ready for his match, and out comes the returning Noam Dar. The returning Supernova Noam Dar comes out, and arguably he is the greatest Heritage Cup champion of all time.
What does that even mean?
I don't know, but it's funny. They had it going on in the NXT UK before, but he becomes the 4-time Heritage Cup champion after defeating Lexis King with a rolling elbow strike to the side of the head. This is actually a pretty good match, man. You can see that Noam Dar got a little bit of ring rust. He'd been out for almost a year. But it was good to see Noam Dar back. Hey, what did you think of this?
Before we get into it, my bad. Lost a couple comments here. Brother BKL, shout out to the icon DET and OCJ, a Holy Shhh Podcast sports entertainment guy is in the building. Salutations from Vegas, now over, and the new era has awaits. What up, brother?
What's going on?
Tarsip, every time an NXT talent goes to Raw, they get an underutilized or ignored. Look at Ilya Dragunov and Blair Davenport. Can't look at Blair. She is
Yeah,
adios.
that's what
She's
he
gone.
meant. But Ilya, he got injured. He was
Yeah.
doing pretty good, man. They were giving him a little bit of a push, but he got injured. Hopefully, he doesn't get the Finn Balor treatment when he come back.
Right. It's sad because Raw is 3 hours. There's more than enough time for him on TV. And where
Absolutely.
we at? Brother BKL says, come on, OC Joe. This is not PG.
That's not PG or OCJ. It's not PG.
Yeah, this is not PG. And
Wait,
then
we're still in the PG era?
PG-13, I guess.
Logan James says, hello, I thought Io Sky was showing up on NXT for Julia. That would have been dope. I would have loved that. But where are we at? Noam Dar. Yeah. I've never been a fan of him. I'm gonna be quite honest. I always looked at him holding back the meta girls, so I just didn't like him. But watching him today, that brother got some moves, man. He got some moves. He is a hell of a professional wrestler. I just don't think WWE is for him. He needs to be on the indie somewhere, showing that wrestling ability.
Or in AEW.
Or in
if I'm honest,
AEW,
yeah.
something like that. But it's just nah, man. You're not gonna be on the main roster doing nothing, and you've been in NXT forever,
Yeah.
And then I remember back in the day, he was up there with the cruiserweights on the main roster, and then came down. So I don't know. You got to figure out something. But the match was entertaining. New champ. I hate that cup. It just reminds me of Harry Potter so much. I'm just like, why do they have a cup? I just don't like that. But other than that, it was a great match, very entertaining. I love Lexis King. And I'm telling you, you was talking about Ricky Saints. It's something about him. I'm just
Yeah.
not liking, man. I can't put my finger on it, and I don't want to be a hater, but I'm just not liking his character right now. It's just
I'm thinking that because you're used to him being a heel, and that's where he
that could
does his
be it.
best work, and you're
That
just
could
like,
be it. But he's giving very cornball vibes right now, man. I'm not feeling it.
Chuck, what did you think of this Noam Dar match and Noam Dar trying to rub off Lexis King's beard in the middle of the match?
Um, My mom always said if you don't have nothing nice to say, you don't say nothing at all. But I will say, Noam Dar, I was actually a fan of yours before you got hurt. And I actually thought at one point when you're going, no one gives a shit when you come back. Surpass where.
Oh, you're in the matrix over there, Chuck.
You hear me
Breaking
now?
up. You're frozen though.
Oh, I thought it was me. I was afraid. Like, no, not again.
No, that's
Can you
all.
hear me now?
Oh yeah, we can hear you. There you go. But let's get him back
Hear
in
me
the
now?
square. Yeah, now you're good.
But I was saying the Meta Girls have started where I no longer wanted to see you, Noam Dar. Didn't give a shit that you were back. Didn't give a shit that you won. Um, this was a bore fest, and you can take that little shit cup, one cup, and my Red Wings deserve to win. And that's the Stanley Cup.
Right.
Yeah. Like, I don't think they should put him back with the Meta Girls. They should have a little segment where he tells them they graduate and they don't need him anymore or something like that.
They don't, but that's what I'm saying. Originally, I
Um,
thought the group was holding. I thought the Meta Girls and my man was holding him back originally. But when he's
yeah.
been gone this long and they've been doing what they've been doing, I'm like, please do not put them back together because they are they've surpassed him. Like
Yeah.
he needs to
So
start
I
something
think it's
new with
definitely
another group.
it's definitely a point to where he should, meet up with them and tell them that, he's proud of them and they've graduated type thing. All right, we got Wiccan in the comments. He's asking, what's Lexus King's ceiling? Your guys' honest opinion. Mine, North American Championship probably. I don't know if I could see him being in the running for the NXT title. I don't know if they would ever put it on him, but definitely North American Championship. What about
He's
you,
at
Abe?
he's at his ceiling right now. That Heritage Cup. There is no more room to go up. That is it for him, I think.
I think with this character, he's where he's at. But I do think if he went on a supreme heel run, he could probably be a contender for the main belt.
Yeah,
But he
nah,
can't
I
do it.
did.
We can't do it with this trying to still be a good guy between heel and bad guy crap.
Yeah, you got to be a complete heel.
He has to go full force heel.
Now, I did think that when Penn and Teller was making his cup reappear, I thought it was gonna come back as a belt. I was really hoping it was going to come back as a belt, but it was not. I was like,
Oh, I ain't
it's
thinking about
still a
that.
cup.
That would have been dope.
I'm like,
That'd been dope.
it's still a cup. But after that match, actually right before that match, what happened was there was a backstage segment with all the women. Well, all of a sudden being mean to Thea Hale, and they said they didn't want her to come back, and they didn't miss her, and it's gonna lead to Fallon Henley versus Thea Hale, which was the very next match, and Fallon Henley versus Thea Hale, and that was actually a really good match too. I'm glad to see Thea Hale back. I like her energy, and JC Jane tries to get a cheap shot in on Thea while the ref was basically distracted by Jasmine and accidentally kicks Fallon Henley into the steel steps. Thea Hale takes advantage, tosses her back in the ring, and taps her out with the Kimura lock, getting the win. Looks like there's trouble between Fatal Influence. Abe, what did you think of this match?
Yeah, it's definitely trouble brewing. But what's her name? James? JC James? Am I
JC
saying?
Jane,
Yeah,
yeah.
yo. She got star power.
Yeah.
They just gotta figure it out. She has an aura about her. She don't need to be with them two dud heads. So they can break up. I think she can. I was looking at her today, standing between the two of them, and I was just in my head like, "You better than this." You know what I mean? Like she can talk. After winning that North American Championship, I think that gave her some confidence. So I'd like to see her do a little more, man. I think she's capable of it. But solid match. Thea Hale, I'm just not a fan. She annoys me. I wish that she would have got put through that table by what's his name? I forget his name.
What's it? I'm trying to remember his name too, but I know who you're talking about.
Yeah. My man
Same
who
guy who
broke
injured
Big E's
Big
neck.
E. Yep.
Yeah, the guy who broke Big E's neck. Him. I just when they were feuding with the Chase U, I was like, please just put her through a table. She's just so annoying. I just don't. And she got big dumb shoulders. I can't. I don't dig it, man. But it's TV entertainment for somebody.
She's a grown woman now, man. She's a
Yeah,
grown woman.
again, whatever.
All right, Chuck, what did you think of this match?
Um, dumpster fire.
Ah, get out of here.
I didn't enjoy it. I do think JC Jane is a star. I understood originally like the whole Mean Girls getting together, but she like Abe said, she surpassed them. She doesn't need to be in a group anymore.
Wait, so you talking about Fallon Henley is the one that won the North American Women's
Yeah, that's what I was
Championship,
talking about. Fallon Henley.
Fallon
That's what I
Henley.
meant. Yeah, I didn't mean
Yeah.
JC James. Fallon Henley. Yeah.
Yeah, no, definitely Fallon Henley is
Fallon Henley is
definitely
a star.
the star.
JC Jane is garbage.
Whichever one was fighting today should just be on their own.
No,
I don't know
Fallon
which one that
Henley. I
is.
think Fallon Henley. That's
Okay,
Chelsea,
her.
Chelsea, Michigan's own Fallon Henley. So
Okay,
I know it was the reason I
she-
liked her.
whichever one was fighting today is what I'm talking about. She surpassed the group, and I even liked what the little sideline comment she said. She was like, "All right, I'll take care of her since you couldn't." I was
yeah.
like, "Ooh." The only one I do like outside of Fallon is Jasmine Nix, but they don't do nothing with her. She just kind of just stands there, looks stupid.
Right.
Yeah, and they might end up being.
She has a
just,
good look, but I just don't know what she can do because most of the time she just stands there and looks stupid.
She's had a few matches. She's not on the level of Fallon Henley or JC Jane, but she's getting there. She was one of their NIL signings, but she's definitely pretty good though. She's good for where she's at right now. JC Jane used to be the tag team partner of Gigi Dolan back when Mandy Rose was there too. So that was JC Jane, and she seemed like a bigger star when Gigi Dolan couldn't get it going. So now it's kind of like she's kind of hit stagnant. So I hope they figure something out with JC Jane. I actually do like JC James, but right now Fallon Henley is definitely the star of that group.
Definitely.
But next up after this, we have Oba Femi, your NXT champion, comes out and he gives Javon Evans his flowers, and then Trick Williams comes out and interrupts. And as Trick is demanding a one-on-one match, Joe Hendry appears because somebody said his name.
No one said your name, sir.
No one said your name.
So then he comes out and addresses Trick Williams and tell him he has changed, he is entitled, and he is now a whiny bitch. Trick proceeds, yeah. Then Trick proceeds to dismiss Joe Hendry, and both Oba and Joe Hendry jump Trick. They whip that Trick and throw him out of the ring. And looks like we might be getting a match, probably at Battleground between Oba Femi and Joe Hendry. And good for Joe Hendry. It's probably be a pretty good match, but we already know Oba's gonna win it. But your boy, Trick Williams, what is going on, Abe?
I've been waiting to talk about this, but before I do, shout out Jody in the chat saying NXT was a great show tonight. And shout out Angel. What up, though?
What's going on, Angel?
One of my new favorite people in the IWC, Angel, man. Make sure y'all check her out. But yeah, this match here, you know, the women are the pillars of NXT, man. The men are like, they're just not stars. I was looking at this Oba thing, and as much as I was just so proud of 3 black men main eventing, stand and deliver, now that it's past and I'm looking back on it with an open lens, these are 3 average black men who aren't like mega stars right now. It's just what we got. And outside of what's going on with Trick and Oba, there is no actual heavyweight contender that I say, oh, that guy, he's gonna be the one to dethrone Oba. No, I can't see nobody. And then when you look at the mid card with Ethan and them fighting over cups and North American titles, none of those guys look like they deserving of a heavyweight spot. So the heavyweight title picture in NXT is so thin. And I think they know that. That's why they pulled the wild card, brought Joe Hendry out because what's next? And Trick is so just bland right now. They missed the moment of calling him up, making him a big megastar. Now they trying all this new shit, crash out Trick, and it's just not resonating. Javon Evans, he's not ready yet either. It's just a mess when it comes to the heavyweight title picture, but I guess it was entertaining. Joe Hendry coming out. Like I said, we already know my history with him. I'm not a fan. I do not believe. I will never believe. I feel like this is only going to last so long. He doesn't have natural personality to me. You know what I mean? Like where you can just be yourself. It seems like he's like a character all the time, kind of like LA Knight. I don't resonate with him because I feel like Stone Cold said it best. We take who we are and we just turn it up. Them, I think they just a totally different human being than they actually are. That's why I don't relate to their characters. I feel like it's not them. They're just acting. I like a little bit of realness, but we'll see what happens. Joe Hendry gonna lose to Obafemi, and it's just something to do to keep the time going and the belt moving.
Yeah, basically. Chuck, what do you think about this segment and Trick Williams throwing a temper tantrum in the back?
I was actually gonna agree with Abe. I would say is Joe Henry is like, hey, you remember boy Moose.
Right.
And that was the only match I really can say that I enjoyed Oba in was him versus Moose.
Right. That was the only believable heavyweight match.
Yeah, like other than that, I've just been waiting for Tony D'Angelo to get called up because that was the last good match he had or something. I don't know.
Wait a minute.
One-on-one match.
Tony D could be heavyweight champion. I ain't think about him. He could make it with the right booking. Get over this. Tony could do it. Tony could be a heavyweight champion. I could see that.
Yeah. Well, actually, that leads me right into the next segment where Luca meets up with Stacks in the middle of nowhere to see why he turned on Tony D. And it appears that it was a trap because I think Luca got kidnapped.
Right. What, did he bury him out in the desert or something?
Yeah, I have no idea what happened, but we didn't hear from Luca for the rest of the night. But we did tease, we did have Liv and Raquel backstage. I remember you were talking about Liv Morgan just understanding who she is. Liv Morgan was teasing Zarya about not having any cameras. I'm not having any camera, but not having any titles. And they was like, oh, we've been here too long. Let's get out of here, and just to laughing and stuff. It's just that's just really entertaining. I'm thoroughly entertained by Liv Morgan anytime she's on camera.
Definitely.
Welcome back, Chuck. We thought we lost you for a second.
I don't know what the hell happened.
Yeah, your Wi-Fi been acting up.
Man, it's like it's trading off. Mine was yesterday. Now today is Chuck's.
Right.
All right.
They
and
like
then,
too much wrestling, bro. They like too much wrestling for y'all. You need time off.
I know. But next we had a match with Javon Evans and Miles Bourne versus Dark State, which was Dion and Osiris, which was actually another pretty good match. It was solid. I know during the match, NQCC came out on the ramp to watch the rest of the match go down, and Miles Bourne looked good, man. I know we've been hearing people say that he was Timu Randy Orton and all that type of stuff, but he's kind of living up to that a little bit. They did take the L because they're building up Dark State, but this was actually a really, really good match. And Miles Bourne, man, he might be exciting in the future. What do you think, Abe?
A little behind on some comments. Shout out Angel. She said, "Oh, I feel the love. The love is always here for you, Angel." She says, "What about Tony D?" I think with the right booking, I think he could be a heavyweight champion. He just got to get over this stack situation first.
Yeah.
Kale, she says, "Hey, what up, though, Kale?" Angel says, "I need Moose versus Oba again. I need it every week.
That was
I need
a
it
really
every week
good
now."
match. That was an excellent match.
And so she agrees. Tony D is next. Yeah, I can see that for sure. Shadow says, "Hey from Ireland. Hello, fella. Shout out Ireland.
Top of the evening, I think, or the afternoon. I don't know what it is.
Oh man, you better stop it. You being culturally wrong or something.
My mother-in-law is Irish. So
okay. And then Austin says, "I believe in Joe Hendry. He has promoting the Rebellion match this Sunday He have against Ethan Page and Frankie Kazarian. I hope
Oh,
Kazarian
okay.
win that too, man. I really do want him to win. But where was we at? What were you asking me?
This Javon Evans and Miles Bourne versus the Dark State. But I was saying how Miles Bourne looked really good this match, and I think that he has a bright future ahead of him.
Yes, I thought the same exact thing when I was watching that. I said, you know what? I usually give people like a grace, like, oh, you'll learn how to talk, you'll learn how to do mic skills. After tonight, nobody gets a pass on mic skills. This man is deaf and he's sounding
Exactly.
better than most people who can actually hear. His voice was cool, his tone was perfect. He was saying things like, how is he speaking that well? And he looked cool. Like he didn't look like a Randy Orton knockoff tonight. And in
Yeah.
my head, I was like, yo, this guy, okay, he figuring something out here. So I
I
agree with you 1000%. Miles Bourne looked good tonight.
I can definitely tell that Randy's been working with him. I can
Somebody.
tell Randy's been working with him. Chuck, if you're back again, there you go. Chuck, real quick before we lose you again, what did you think is Javon Evans and Miles Bourne versus Dark State?
I'm really enjoying Dark State.
Yeah.
They're growing on me. Never believe in Javon Evans. Evans did look good though.
Miles Bourne.
I mean, my bad. Miles Bourne looked good. Evans looked weak, and I'm really a fan of Dark State.
All right. There we go.
We got DJ DC 503 NXT tonight was cooking. And now we have Friday night SmackDown next to cook 1000%.
Hopefully.
Hopefully. Kyle Fletcher versus Miles equal who's the better
Oh.
Randy Jr. I'm gonna have to say Kyle Fletcher. Kyle Fletcher. Definitely the better Randy Jr.
Yeah, but yeah, you could definitely see the influence and
Angel says Chuck Service is nervous. Yes, it is. I don't know what the hell he got.
It is.
Something going on with his signal, man, in the Matrix.
I don't know what's going on.
All right. So after that, looks like we got Inumura. He swindles Ava into getting him and Briggs another title shot, the tag title shot. So I like Inumura though. He's funny.
Yeah.
But back to this Rizzo and Tony Stacks situation. She's hiding out in a hotel room. She was packing her bags, get ready to go back home. And Tony D says I got the rest of the family downstairs. They're gonna put her in a safe house because he doesn't understand or know what Stacks is capable of. I'm kind of liking this whole thing. I'm not gonna lie. It looks like it's I want to see how this is gonna end. And what happened to Luca? That's what I want to know. Where is Luca? Because they haven't heard from him either. He said, he went to go get some air. We haven't heard from him in hours.
I'm not gonna completely shit on this like I really want to. I just
no. Go ahead. Rage out.
No, because I love meeting with our fans this weekend. That was dope. I love that. That was like we gotta do more meet and greets like that. But I was talking to one of them and they said, give it. When you do post show right after, you let your emotions get the best of you. So I'm not gonna do that today. I'm gonna say we'll see how this plays out. But like you, Ron, I'm gonna give it a chance. I don't know if Tony Stacks is somebody. I mean, Stacks is somebody who deserves a safe house. I don't know. He doesn't give me that type of vibe. But we'll see where we're headed with this. I'm not gonna shit on it. Not yet.
I don't know. If he teaming with Dark State, then she might.
Yeah, if he's with Dark State, now you need a safe house. Those guys are crazy. But Stacks, if it was just Stacks, I'm on the porch. Pull up. What up?
Yeah.
I'm here. I'm not hiding from you.
Chuck.
I didn't enjoy it.
You didn't?
Chuck didn't enjoy nothing tonight. That's why your service bad. God don't want you saying shit.
All right, hey, you know what? We're done for the night with the Holy Shit. Thank you. This is it. Nothing else happened after this. We don't need to talk about my girl. We don't need to talk about my girl get her ass whooped again. Okay?
Well, we'll talk about Chase.
No.
Chase U is back. We did see that. But yeah, backstage right before the main event, we had Ricky Saints.
There was no main event. This was it.
It's talking to Lexis King.
I'm about to pull an A. I'm about to cuss everybody out. Stop.
Ricky Saints is attacked by Ethan Page. Attacked by Lexis King while talking to Ethan Page. And next week it'll be Ricky versus Lexis for his North American Championship. And that was it.
That was it, apparently.
Yep, that was all they wrote. Nope, we had Roxanne Perez
Damn it, Ron.
versus
Oh, you
Stephanie
son of a.
Bakir.
Roxanne the Jobber.
And
Oh shit!
they
Don't say
definitely
that out
still
loud.
they definitely put on a wrestling clinic, but Stephanie Bakir gets the win, which I was surprised. I thought for sure there was going to be something going on that causes somebody to lose or disqualification or something like that. But
Cora J was
that's what I thought.
not a clean
But
win.
yeah, Roxanne lost a
God,
clean.
y'all know I love Stephanie, but damn
Chuck
it,
over there with
Roxanne,
that
come on,
dial
baby.
up America online email address. Just get with the times with your service. We can't hear nothing, can't see nothing.
Yeah, but Stephanie Bakir wins cleanly, and retains her title. Then Julia comes out, and Jordan Grace is in the crowd, and they're both staring down Stephanie Bakir, and no Cora Jade in sight. I thought for sure that Cora Jade was gonna cause an L, but yep, that was it. It was a good match. It definitely was a good match. I just didn't expect Roxanne Perez to lose cleanly. I'll go to Abe first.
Yeah, I thought the match was. I already knew it was gonna happen. Roxanne is on a job on the way out tour, putting everybody over on her way to the main roster. I'm getting tired of it, to be quite honest. She deserves a lot better. I'm with Chuck, man. I mean, you got to start here. I understand you got to pass the torch when you leave out, but sometimes you don't. Oscar
Yeah,
didn't.
no, she didn't.
Oscar didn't pass the torch to nobody. She laid that bitch down and said, y'all bitches pick it up and figure it out.
Right, exactly.
So I don't think you got to do that. You could have kept her strong. But anyway, jobbing her out, that's cool. Jordan Grace creeped me out just standing there like Michael Myers in the crowd.
Yes.
Like, what the hell are you doing? Like, are you okay? But that creeped me out. If I look out my window, see a big a muscle chick, that's creepy, man. But anyway, yeah. Stephanie Bakir on fire. She ain't losing that belt no time soon.
And Chuck froze. Is that or he's faking the freeze? Just so you don't have to talk about it.
No, I think that's an actual freeze, bro.
Well, we know how Chuck felt about it. He did not like it. He was not happy.
Yeah, Chuck a heavy breather. You'd have knew he wasn't. He can't freeze for that long. There you go.
Chuck, would you like?
Am I back?
You're back.
Would you like to talk about this match?
No, not at all.
No. Okay, there we go. So that
This
was
is some fucking bullshit. All right, this is some goddamn bullshit. My girl deserves better than this, and I love Stephanie, but this is some bullshit. Cora should have came out, interrupted her, and distracted her, taking so many fucking L's. Fuck y'all, bro.
And she cut a mean promo in the back too before this match.
Yeah.
Fire promo. So
fire.
Yeah, that was
Roxanne. I'm in your corner always.
He's so hurt. His he can't keep the signal going, man.
Right.
So yeah, that was NXT for the night. I just felt like I don't know. It kind of ended with a whimper. It was doing pretty. To me, I was enjoying the show. It kind of ended with a whimper because I expected something else to happen and it didn't. I felt kind of like the John Cena thing. Thought something was going to happen and it didn't. And I was disappointed because it was kind of like a clean victory. But hopefully, Roxanne probably won't. She probably won't beat Cora Jade either. So I don't know what's going on.
You hear me? Roxanne, I love you. You deserve better. That was it.
They got to get her a win somewhere, man.
Yeah.
They got to get her a win somewhere. But that was NXT for the night. Like I said,
I'll go first. It was a 1.
Wow, 1. I'm gonna say it was
0.
about
I want to go 0 like Abe did at WrestleMania.
It didn't fail. It wasn't a failing
shitty.
grade. I'm gonna give it a D, about a 6.5.
I was actually giving it a 7. I'm giving it a 7. To me, it started off strong, and then it, kind of dipped at some point, and I was disappointed by the ending.
And I think it's also, we kind of on a high, Mania, Raw, so we maybe have high expectations, and they didn't deliver it. Maybe that's it.
That's what it is for me.
I'm going off their shit was Stand and Deliver. Stand and
Yeah,
Deliver was
Sand
perfect
Liver was
10.
out cold.
And then they followed it with this. I'm sorry, but the best thing was the women tag team who don't even go here.
Right.
So I'm giving it a 1. Fuck, y'all stop doing my girl
Alright.
like that, damn it.
All right. Well, next time you see Abe will be
I'll be on TikTok
Oh
live
yeah,
if anybody want to hear me
check us
really
out
rage out.
immediately after this. We anybody want to join open conversation on TikTok. Angel say it was 7. 7 is good. And then Austin says, I heard the Trick and Lola Vice are on their way up to the main roster. Austin, I
I
heard the
think
same
so.
thing. I heard the same exact thing.
Done.
And then Jody over there being a creepster, Devil's Kiss. I can't get enough of it.
Oh yeah.
And shout out official Yoon. He just used that Booker T quote you just said, so that was perfect timing you saying that over on Instagram. But yeah, that's it for us. We out of here.
Yeah. So to end tomorrow, you got Abe and Bob, bro.
Real professional wrestling, AEW.
For AEW. But until then, it's your boy Ron T the Icon.
It's your boy ABE from DET.
I love Roxanne Perez, Chuck Jordan.
And it's the Holy Shhh Podcast.